Diadem, living positively regardless. Doesn't matter the point at which you are in life, but we rock positivity all the way. I'm super grateful to God for this beautiful moment He has given us to yet have another moment of sharing our lives and impacting each other with positive vibes only. I am happy because today I have a guest who is going to grace our studios, and within a short while I'll be telling you what it is about today or this interview. But before then, before I introduce the topic, I want to let our guest in so that he can say hi to you guys and you can know who he is. Bwana Shoba, how are you?
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Meet my viewers and maybe tell them who you are, what you do.
Okay. Good evening. I am Boniface Chomba, retired teacher, retired leader, and currently I'm doing some consultation on land matters and a bit of education matters since I've been in education for the last 6 years of my life.
Wow. You know, teachers used to tell us, because we didn't get to know hesabu sana, some of us, there were those who were able to get mathematics. So they used to tell us, you cannot go anywhere. You're not getting anything on
Oh
this,
my.
So we have been calling out our math teacher, come and see where we
I taught mathematics for quite a while, both in Gakoe and in Rimuru Girls and Kiaragana Girls, and a bit of it in Kaumo Girls.
Okay.
But mainly I was in business studies. I did mathematics at the University for Economic Analysis, a number of papers. So that's how I became mathematics teacher.
Wow. It's good to have one mathematics teacher in the studio who is rocking positive vibes. And so today I'll just go right into it. About hesabu tutaongea siku ingine.
No problem.
For today, you know guys, my channel is all about inspiring people and giving hope and even sharing our life stories so as to encourage each other and to speak to a soul out there and tell us how we are able to overcome some of the painful things we go through in life. And so Mr. Shoba here, as with the great achievement he has had in life, as he has told you, you can imagine he has also tasted a painful part of life. But what is most amazing is because as I sit here with Mr. Chomba, he's not crying. He's laughing. I wanted him to pull out that smile. So he's smiling. That is a show that God has given him an opportunity to smile despite of all the pains that he has gone through life. And so today we want to talk about the pain in bereavement and how we are able to go through it, and that we want to know, is it really possible for one to heal and to live a life smiling after going through a pain like losing a dear one? But before now he tells us about that, maybe we would want to know a little of your background, Mr. Chomba. Of course, we have known your education background, but we would want to know how you grew up.
Well, I was born late 50s to a primary school teacher and a homemaking lady. Then I went through primary school when we had 7, 4, 2, and then 3 at the university. I stopped at 4th form and went to Kiabu Institute. It might be of interest to you. And I did building construction, specializing in carpentry and joinery. Then after graduating, I went to Rimuru Girls as a hand technician, grade 1, maintenance. I was there for 2.5 years, got bored, went to India for 6 years, came back after 2 years, and at the 3 I got married, and there were quite a number of challenges. In 1998, God gave us our third born, who had a hole in the heart, and one of the valves was blocked, and we went all the way to Italy And we thought God is through with us as far as challenges are concerned. But in 2003, I was attacked by thugs and they left me for death. And God healed me and I recovered. I lost about a number of feet in my small intestine. I'm told they are 21. So it had 6 perforations and they were cut by a Dr. Jugona. And when I recovered, I was asking him why he did that, to throw it to the dogs. I was almost giving him an invoice. In the year 2010, my wife was attacked by cancer, a gastritis, ile tumbo. Again, another worse thing happened because Dr. Mohenga akatoa hiyo tumbo. And I was asking him, why did you do that? Because she had to take sour unji because digestion was not taking place. And God, sometimes I feel like he is unfair because after about 8 months or so, he called her to heaven. So I was left alone. I was in administration in a high school, and that was not an easy thing. And sometimes I still find myself bitter with God, but he is very kind. So in 2012, he consoled me. He gave me another lady to help me to bring up the 3 children. Of course, they were almost grown-ups because the elder one was at the university. The second one was in high school, 3rd, 4th form. And the last one was in class 8 and he was moving to form 1.
Okay.
So God has been kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That he brought Faith Wawera into my life to console us as a family.
Okay. Now we bless God for that. Now, Banashaba, before we get to know now how life has been, how was it like when you lost your wife? What would you say changed? Now, apart now, of course, from the pain that you were feeling of the loss, what is it that changed in your life? What is that the vacancy that you felt your wife left?
Well, it might be difficult to say because you see, a partner is not a compartment, is diverse. As I said there before, I married at 33 and she was 31. So by the time she left, she was 51. We were together for 20 years and I was in my 54th year. So moving, and all the kids were in boarding schools. So moving home and finding an empty house, I always make fun to my wife that one time a lady who was cleaning the house for us, she thought she can dress the bed. And she messed up with the bed sheets. Different, what do you call them? Different shades or colors. One chini, in a different one. And that was embarrassing when I came in the evening. And you can't make noise. So there are many things that are changed, which I might not be able to put in a compartment, in a particular room. However, I remember just the week that my wife died, my late wife. It was in April, and we had wedded on April 13th. And she died on April 16th. So as I drove her to the hospital, she was put in ICU. Inaitwa ICU, high dependence ward. Yeah, she could not talk. Then when she opened her eyes and was able to talk, she told me, "Thank you for being my husband for 20 years.
Wow.
That was, I wondered why.
Mhm.
And then after 2 days, the nurses were telling me to carry her luggages. Actually, up to now, I don't know where her watch is. But I remember I was given it from the hospital. So I might not be able to say what exactly changed.
Mhm.
But there are many things that
Definitely
changed.
life was never the same.
It can't be the same.
Okay.
It can't be the same, and it couldn't be the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you now to feel like now you need someone else? Before now, you mentioned you have someone else now.
It didn't take long.
Uh-huh.
It didn't take long. After 1 year and a half, I had accommodated somebody else into my life
Okay.
because things were just chaotic.
Mhm.
Unaenda kupika, chakula inaungua, unasahau.
Yeah.
I had already become a principal. So to go to school, I was in a day school, and we had a tradition of being in school by 7. And it didn't matter who is on duty. So you see, I have to wake up around 5 to prepare the breakfast and escort my young son to school and then be in school on time.
Yes.
So
really you needed someone to fill the
yeah,
vacuum.
to come and help us to continue with life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that for one, maybe before you think of getting someone else, would you say like you had healed or the need to fill the place? Is it that you have healed and now you feel I need to move on?
Healing is a very complex factor because healing is a life. It's a life process.
Journey, yes.
It's a journey.
Yes.
Of course, there are many things that have changed in the direction that you can evaluate and say you have healed, because like almost every 2 weeks we would ask somebody to clean the grave, and do a few things around the grave. But now I find even months going on without much ado.
So with the time there are things that keep
Change.
changing, huh?
Yes, because every time we were trying to clean the makinya ya mbwa, and now you relax and makinya is there. So
wow. Now you said you already had grown-up children.
Yes.
And now here you want to remarry.
Yes.
How was it with your children now embracing the idea that you want to remarry?
We didn't debate much of it, but I took them to her place. They took supper. They spent some time together. But they never went out together, just alone. But of course, after that, for the last 10 years or so, Christmas, we always drive out. As I was saying, as we were coming, we drove to TZ as a family. That was not long after. We have also driven to the surrounding tourist sites just for lunch. And
this time you are taking your children to her place. Do they have an idea who he is?
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay.
I think they did.
We are used to saying that men are full of surprises. You might be telling us, twende tukatembea pahali, people are thinking
I don't think it was a big surprise.
Okay.
Because we also visited my former best couple, and we went with our second born. Okay. So we went to various places in preparation.
So now, how have life been after now you remarried? Has it helped you to, well, we said healing is a lifetime journey, but how is life compared to now when you didn't have another person?
Oh, it's very different. It's very different. It's very different. And as I said, unless you write an essay and take it for editing as a term paper, but it has been nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It has its own ups and downs, But it has been better.
It has been better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I would be doing with 2 girls and a boy all alone. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
The family now is more the same, like just the way they would have their mom. Definitely, no one would replace your mom.
Yeah.
But it is being like now a complete family where we have a mom and a dad and the children.
It is.
Okay.
It is. I would say so. It is.
So a man there who has lost the wife and they are still afraid now that they have children, maybe they are grown up and they are wondering now bringing in another person, how would it be like? Would you encourage someone? Do you think it's a good idea?
I think I would say it's good. It's a good idea because one, I normally say there is not enough time to grieve. You can't say now I have grieved enough, I can accommodate. It can't be. So once you find somebody you feel like you are compatible, accommodate her or accommodate him. You know, we are talking like it's only men who lose their spouses, but even women lose their spouses.
Sure.
And you can't sit down there and cry forever. And you might wait for long that it becomes difficult to adjust otherwise. Because there are things that you have gotten used to with passage of time that might be difficult to adjust when somebody else comes. So just talk it with your children. Of course, sometimes your children might be opposing, but they can't be their mom, they can't be their dad to whosoever is left. There's no time you feel, now it's okay, I'm all right. You can't. You can't. Actually, I remember one time I did a stupid thing. Very stupid indeed. We were disposing a plot and we go to land board and they ask you whether your spouse has consented. And I was there telling them Rose has consented. And we were with Faith, who is my current wife. And you know, you wake up, you wonder, haya, kwani nilikuwa wapi? And I would advise those who are moving to it that you still find yourself doing stupid things. Stupid things. But don't compare the current and the former. They cannot replace one another. So never make a mistake that if so-and-so was here, I would not have worn these mixed up socks. No, you can't. It can't be. Yes. So there is no time you feel that this is the right time. But when you find a compatible person, then try to adjust both of you with the challenges of life that you go through.
Wow. When you're looking for a partner, do you have in consideration, because you're saying someone who is compatible to you, do you consider the children, their feeling, their view about the partner that you're going to bring in their life?
I think life has a lot of hypocrisy. I might think you are telling me your heart when you are not. You discover some of them with the passage of time. That's when sometimes we start coming out as ourselves. During the courting and the dating, you want to be very good. I believe so.
Yes.
And what would I say? Like my wife had a mother who is my mother-in-law who had health challenge. And I drove her to Kijabi a few times. You know, you don't think. When you start thinking, it becomes very complicated. So that's what I'm saying. I can't say this is the timetable of moving from point B where you are left, and then take somebody to move with you from point B to C, you might find that you're moving back to A and moving together. Because life has a bit of drama. Like I had my son unveil her mother during our wedding. I don't know whether it is still true or not. Because she was there unveiling her mother, her stepmother, to confirm she is actually the one.
On your behalf?
Yes.
Wow.
She is the one she has seen there before. And as we were making vows, I was there telling her, including my children, they are yours. So, but with time, you start wondering, was it real? Was it true? But you have to continue. If we live like men of old and go like Abraham to 120, I was 54, so that means I have a long way to go. So we trust God. We trust God.
The bottom line is that it is doable to remarry and live happy again.
Yes.
Because you're how many years since you remarried?
12 now.
Wow. And you
this is the 12th. Yeah, this is the 12th year.
Wow. So that is an encouragement that it is, it's until you wear a shoe when you get to know how it feels. And sometimes we may not understand these things and it may just look like the norm. But when you give your story and because I know there are people who now have the fears when now it comes to your turn. Because something of these things we listen to them and then they look like stories. But now when it comes to your turn and you have all these fears, the only person who can help you is someone who has ever worn that kind of shoe. And that's why I think it's very important for us to have this.
I want to intercept you a bit. Yes, that person can help you. But experiences are different from one person to the other. Yes.
Yeah.
You will come in, but your experiences will not be based on my experiences. Because we have different anatomy. Each person has a different anatomy. So you come, you marry a girl at 20, when you are 50, you go on. You marry a girl at 45, when you are 50, it doesn't work. So you have to commit yourself to prayer and to be patient with one another and to look to God. He is the one who creates us. He can create us. I'm not sure how old Abraham was when he married Keturah. After Sarah died.
Even the fact that they brought up Isaac.
Yes.
And got Isaac when he was already 100.
Yes. And now here comes Keturah, and she comes in when Isaac is already married.
Yeah.
So there he was. And I don't think Keturah was yet at 90, which Sarah was.
Do you think issues of age really matters?
They might matter, they might not matter. Because it depends with which script you are leading from. It's a factor, but not a major factor.
I'm glad that you are able to come that far that you have come. And I would wish now to give you this platform to talk to someone out there who have just lost their wife, lost their husband, a spouse. Talk to them, speak to them, because you have gone through the same journey. As you're saying, experiences might be different, but the fact is death has occurred. I want for you to just speak words of hope, and anyone who might help that one who have just gone. It has just happened to them.
Well, number one, is he will not come back or she will not come back. And whether mulichoma yeye na ni ashes or you buried her at home or at Rangata, he will or she will not come back. That's a fact. You might have been left because of divorce. Don't think you can get that person. There might be a possibility of reuniting, but if somebody has gone, don't run after him or after her. Collect yourself and come together and continue with life. If you have children, bring them up the best way God can grace you or give you grace. They are not there permanently. They will grow up one day and go away. And growing up is not defined. How is growing up? My mother gave me birth or gave birth to me when she was, I think, between 13 and 18. That was that. So just trust God and go on with life. You might tell us you want to wait for the children to be grown up. Maybe when they grow up, they will be more complicated than they are now. So trust God, pray with them, and exercise patience, exercise faith. Look to God for His grace.
Bwana Chomba,
Yes.
you said you deal with land matters.
Yes.
And I want you to elaborate this well so that maybe there is a viewer there who might be interested with to be given direction about land. What exactly do you do? Where are you based if they want to see?
Oh, yes. I am based in Kirwea, Kirikop, room number 155. My telephone number is 0721 271 452. We have registered Lucho Consultant. What we do is you want to buy land, either you have identified it or you have not yet identified it. If you identified it, let's know. We can facilitate on search, which is done at the land's office. We can facilitate on visiting the site and doing due diligence, even from the people around that area, to know whether it's genuine land, to know who is the owner of the land. And then you come and we facilitate signing of an agreement with an advocate. Then we facilitate visiting land board committees, and then registration of the land, and we'll give you the title. The same case, if you want to sell, you come to us, we will advertise it. If we get a client, we'll make the client meet you, discuss about the price, and then we move on the other process of land. If it is surveying, you want to subdivide your land, you come to our office. We have a team of surveyors. We'll send them to your land, they will survey it, and then they will give you titles at a fees, that is government fees. You have a land that your daddy and your mom left this planet Earth before they had shown you your piece. You come, we process the succession. Of course, succession, you start from the chief, who will give you a letter saying these are the people that were beneficiaries of the deceased, and they decided in our jurisdiction. And then after that, we'll file the case. Then we'll register at the Kenya Gazette in Nairobi, government printers. And then after that, we'll facilitate your getting letters of administration, confirmation of grant, and then we will also send a surveyor to subdivide your land as you have agreed. That's what we do on land matters. Having been a teacher and having worked in education sector since 1982. We can also talk about education issues.
I hope this message brings hope to someone who is going through the same kind of thing, and maybe you are in a confusion, you don't know what now is supposed to happen, now this has happened. You've had someone who has gone through it all and he felt the pain, and here he is, he's telling us that healing is a journey. He's still on that journey, but at least he has something to show for his life. He has continued, he has moved on, he has remarried, and now he's happily doing life despite the fact that there is that pain of losing the wife. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly share widely. You don't know, maybe you have not experienced this, but you don't know who have experienced this and might just want to hear this word of encouragement. So kindly share this information. If you're there and you've not subscribed, please give me that subscription. Just hit the subscription button and let us grow together. Thank you guys. See you until next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.